football culture movement.
Hey yo, what's happening? We're back. Listen, you already know what time it is. Welcome to the football culture movement. FCM in the building. Welcome to the movement. You're part of us. It's a cult. You're in it for life. You already know what time it is. Listen, my name, Maya Quadri. To my right, the one and only Fuad Kodani. What are you telling me?
Oh,
you good?
I'm great. I'm
just
great,
doing back-to-back shows.
Hey, listen.
Just enjoying life.
Heat map crazy today, but
crazy.
you know, FCM, I wouldn't miss it for the world.
I hear it.
Especially when it's a good day.
Hey, listen, you know that. Listen, we'll get into that. We'll get to that. To my left, obviously, the boy, the cult hero, Culture Cams. You seem a bit dejected. Man came in with the sliders. I said, yeah, it's time to pod. He came comfy.
I got no words, man. I got no words.
You just gave us some words.
Let's continue the show, man.
But listen, before we go any further, like, share, subscribe. Productions in the building. Of course, you already know what time it is.
Today the team played very good.
We gonna get some words from Eric today.
Hey man, I'm with Cam, bro. I'm set.
Listen, we've got a lot to get into, but before we go any further, like, share, subscribe. If you're in the building, go and let people know that we are podding right now. Listen, man, we had to bring it live on a Saturday. We looked at the fixtures and we thought, you know what? We can't miss the good entertainment. So listen, if you didn't go out to watch this, we salute you. Let's get into it, man. Wherever you are in the world, game of football, two teams. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe, you know what. But if it was good for you and you got the dub, hold tight the 3-point collectors wherever you are in the world.
Hey.
Listen, man. Hold tight the 3-point collectors. Hold tight the participants as well. I mean, we can't do it without you. You get me? Like, teams have got to show up. Hold tight the participants.
Good effort, man. Good effort. Nice try.
Hold tight the non-participants. You know, man's just out here. My team not playing till Monday. I'm just here for the verse day. You get me? Your feet up. But hold tight the teams that got bumped as well. I think that's where we're gonna start today. Hold tight the teams that are getting bumped and robbed. Robberies. Because I can't lie, I've seen some robberies in my days in football, but like today, some of the stuff I saw today was very, yeah, you could say scandalous. But we can talk about the other side. Fuad, talk to me, man. Unbeaten.
Sounds so good.
Right now, you are unbeaten. The head of the FCM table right now. Only 2 sides are unbeaten. In
Who's
the
that
Premier
brother
League.
that was doing the score point of the 3-point collectors per week?
Yeah.
I need an update for this week as well, please. I'm going to retweet that after the show.
I'm going to ask you a question. Do you believe?
Do I believe?
Do
in
you
Ange
believe?
Postecoglou? Oh, more than ever, brother. Oh, more than ever. You see that brother there? Special. That's a special man right there. But I think today's result, it moves beyond him. I think today, I'll be honest with you. Let me keep it a buck. I think we were lucky to kind of walk away from there with the 3 points. And I know you might think, 9 men, how does that happen? But I thought before they went down to 10, was it? They had the better chances. I'll be honest. Even though we kind of dominated possession, I felt played out of the back like we have been. And I think credit to Ange there. The fact that we're not changing, regardless of what team we play, we're playing the same way. We live by this way, we die by this way. And today, again, it was working. But that final ball in the final third, it was just not coming off. And Liverpool, I'll be giving credit. They actually, similarly like they always do when they come to our ground, they actually played pretty well. They had the better chances. They were creating. They had good possession spells as well. And they kept breaking our attacks pretty well as well. Their defense was solid. But once the numbers game happens, we start to control the game a little bit more, as you naturally do. The frustration for me was for how we can be 10 men or 9 men for the majority of the game, or not majority, most of the second half, if you like. But at no point did we actually look like genuinely scoring. Like, we had to wait for them to give us the goal. And this was one concern, I think, with Spurs. A lot of Spurs fans have had all season where that front line, we don't know where the goals are going to come from exactly. Son has chipped in here and there. Kulu's popped up here and there. Richie's popped up here and there. But can we look at either one of them and say, that's the guy who we need to turn to? And credit to Son, he scored a goal today, but performance-wise, I thought really poor. Couldn't link up play, couldn't really get behind Van Dijk and stretch the game. But I think Liverpool will be very, very kind of disappointed walking away from that because they had the better chances. They had the Diaz goal. I mean, listen, when I saw it at the time,
man said, I mean, listen, what are we listening to?
When I saw it at the time, I said, yeah, there is no way. Because we were doing a watch-along. I was like, there's no way you can tell me that's not offside. But then I was like, hey, they didn't draw the lines, though. They kept that moving pretty quickly. But I was like, we must move on. Come on. Let's carry on. No goal. So as soon as that happened, I was like, I feel like that might come back and be like, and I don't know, you know what
it's come back. It's come back. It was, yeah.
They, after the game, what have they said, basically?
They've basically said they got it wrong. It was human error. They got it like wrong.
And they're
so-
going to do an
so
inquest
you can
and
say
blah, blah, blah.
that Diaz goal was unfairly kind of disallowed.
100%.
And I'll be honest with you, both the pass and the finish to that as well, incredible. So I think Liverpool feel frustrated walking away from that. But for me, from the Spurs perspective, I couldn't have hoped for any more.
What?
Carry on the good form. I said these two games against Arsenal and Liverpool are going to be the two biggest tests of this team's character, of this team's performances. Performances, we actually kept performing. Yeah, you could say it was against 10 or 9. But then also for me, the character to keep going and actually come out with the result, I'll take that, man.
With
I'll
that
take
though, I
all
think
day.
that's where it's key for me because ultimately, I know you said that, you know, the final pass and everything. What I respect though is, even though it was 9, for a lot of time I was like, why are Spurs doing the same thing? There's 3 massive centre halves and you're just hitting in the air. And then out of nowhere, Porro says, why am I hitting it long for? Just across the box and you get a bit of luck. And for me, it's like, okay, you managed to still do that. Of course, we know you score goals late. You've been doing that tail end of last season. This season, you're still doing it. But it showed that, okay, you guys are going to keep going to the end and you know that there's times where you have to change it. I think also as well, what I credit is that it's one of those games, it's very easy, even though you've got the advantage, those are the games where your head can just go.
Bro.
Because
Liverpool are supposedly a better side than us.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago, they went down 10 men. Liverpool went down 10 men to them, and they actually dominated the game. They actually came, and the Liverpool fans I was with were actually saying that. They're like, oh, we've been in this situation before. Was it Bournemouth? They've gone down to 10 men as well. McAllister got sent off. They still turned out.
That's four red cards in 6 games.
Yeah.
They're moving like the old Arsenal. Arsenal under Wenger used to be red card army, you know, like the early Arsenal.
I thought you were
But
going to say Wimbledon.
nah.
Jones and them.
Nah, but look, let's keep it 100, bro. The refereeing in this country is simply a disgrace, bro. It's a disgrace. The Premier League say they have the best managers, the best players, the most money, the best teams, everything. But easily, it feels like the worst refereeing in the country. I mean, in football, sorry.
Yeah.
It's disgraceful, bro. Like, every time games are being ruined by referees, and people will say, this is what you bring VAR for. Well, VAR is here. And you're still making these type of errors. Do we have to now start bringing challenges into football or something? Because
I've said
Klopp might. Do we have to
time,
bring challenges like in basketball or something? Because this is getting absolutely ridiculous. And I'm not here. I don't want to defend Liverpool and everything, but it's crazy what's going on in football, bro. We've had our decisions go against us. Every team has had decisions go against, but some of these ones are ridiculous. You can't be going to VAR, which is meant to be that 99% accuracy, and you're getting them wrong in big games like this, bro. That ended Liverpool's unbeaten record. You know what I mean? Like, this is getting... It's out of hand for me. And then the minute you say something back to these refs, they bring out their card. They're like supply teachers, it's annoying, bro. It's annoying. It's ruining the game, bro.
The red card was deserved, but I do.
Not the red card. I'm talking about, for example, Salah complaining that Basuma goes down lightly, booking. Like, what is going on? The referee was dishing out cards.
Those are new rules that they've
But it's
brought in.
ridiculous. You're protecting the refs more as they get worse.
Yeah, but I think
my
ultimately...
thing is though, is as much as you can say, okay, the Diaz goal was disallowed, the game doesn't end there. And I'm sorry, but at some point, Liverpool fans do have to look at Jota and say, bro, you did cost us the game. Because that sets down a trickling effect of, all right, now we're down to 10, then it goes down to 9. It's like, I'm sorry, but you have to take accountability. The game doesn't end with one bad decision, and I completely agree.
It changes the whole game, bro.
Especially when you've got like VAR, you've got the guy who goes to the side,
to screen. You got a guy that can go to a screen.
So you've almost gone through every protocol. So in my eyes, you failed at every single protocol level. I completely understand that decision was gone. But if Liverpool are going to sit there and cry about one decision and say, oh, we lost the game because the Diaz goal wasn't given. Robbed.
No, but look,
Come on.
no, but look,
the one
You are
decision.
big Liverpool.
It's not the
but
one
look at this.
decision.
No, but look at this.
Against
You're
little
shameless.
Spurs.
You're shameless. You're
Nil-nil.
shameless. Look at this.
Oh, now I'm shameless. Now I'm shameless.
They score that first goal, they go 1-0 up. The whole trajectory of the game is completely different.
I think was it 1-1 or 1-1?
No, the Diaz goal would have been 1-0.
Okay, so regardless, even if they go a goal up and they got 10 men, right? We know Liverpool would have probably for the rest of the game, banks of 4, tried to defend. Everything in the game, the course of the game would have been different. Even the situation with Jota, if they had got that 1-0 up, the whole game would have been different. So we're talking about things
But I'm talking absolutes. I just want to talk in absolutes.
Hey, you are shameless. No, but on the real, we can go back and forth about this for the whole time, and I get both sides of it.
Yeah.
I think ultimately, though, what you do have to say is the Jota thing is a massive.
Jota's crazy for that.
It's a massive thing to do, but the Prem have to fix this, man. How many times are we gonna come? It feels like every single week there's a complaint or multiple complaints about VAR.
Apologies,
But here,
complaints,
can I say
overturns.
something? Darren Ben tweeted out just now, bin VAR. But the problem.
I
with
agree.
No, but
It's not VAR.
I disagree
It's not
personally
VAR,
because
it's the referees.
the Diaz thing, it didn't even get to go to VAR.
Yeah.
It was human error.
Yeah.
Like I think it's the people PGMOL that are the problem.
it's
All right,
the refs.
listen. So
Like,
what
sorry,
they
one
should
second,
do
one
is
second.
pack up all these refs.
Facts, bro.
Let's get in some foreigners, bro, because you guys ain't good refs. We can do foreign managers. We can do foreign players. We can do foreign coaches. We can do foreign academy kids.
Since
Time to get in some foreign refs.
Since VAR's issue.
I hear that.
Since
Get some
VAR's
foreign refs
exception.
in.
Didn't they bring
That
the?
actually
Didn't they bring
is
the
a
Australian?
great shout I've never heard.
Yeah,
Because
man.
how many times did we go to World Cups or Euros and we're like, yo, the
That's a good
officiating
ref.
here is
Yeah,
incredible.
yeah.
That
Never.
ref is good.
Fuad, I was going to say the same thing. Since VAR, 2018 is the first time I can remember it being on the global stage. We have only ever had a problem with VAR in one competition, and it's in England, bro.
Yeah.
It's never a problem. Even at AFCON, bro, they use it better than here. At the Euros,
What
they
you
use
trying
it
to
better.
say, brother?
La Liga.
Actually, he
Hey!
he passes.
Don't try that. 1, 2, 3, viva l'Algérie, huh? 1, 2, 3, viva l'Algérie. But it's true. It's only the Premier League that there's an issue with VAR, bro.
I agree.
Hey,
So when you say, yo,
great,
buy
one
referees-
second. The great Jose once said, if you have a problem with VAR, that's like a thief having an issue with security camera. Like, it doesn't make sense. It's the people that are operating it that are terrible. And like you said, I think, didn't they bring the Australian ref for a little bit, and he was a bit.
Australia hype. No, I want
the
Italians.
Europeans. Yeah.
I want Spanish.
Germans.
What do you have against Australians?
I want Germans. I want these type of. Or give me a Brazilian madman too.
Whoa.
Just get these refs out of here. Nah, honestly, get these refs out of here. They're not good enough. They're not good.
Wait,
They're
how
not
did
good
we-
enough, man. Honestly.
Oh,
The one- do you remember that? The picture? Gave it out with flair.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
Nah,
But-
the referee in this country is not good enough, and there's too many excuses. Their referees don't come out and speak about it after a game. They're not mic'd up. They're protected by everybody, like, because if you speak against them, you get booked. So the worse the refereeing gets in this country, the more protected they are. It's like FIFA, or it's like the Premier League are basically saying, "Oh, we know we got porn, but you guys can't do this to them." Bro, improve your refereeing. You won't get
Have I
this.
not always said they should?
I'm sorry, you won't get this, bro.
No, but have I not-
You
no,
won't
it's
get
true,
it.
It's true, but have I not always said they should follow almost like the NFL format of where the referees are mic'd up, and when they make a decision, they almost have to announce it to the entire stadium. This and this is why I've made this decision. This is why I'm giving it. No one can even argue it.
In
It's
Ligue 1, they do
clear,
that. In
it's
Ligue
They
1,
clear.
they
did
do
it
that.
in the Women's World Cup, and it worked well.
Perfect. So we've seen examples of where it can be used, and this is where I'm like, yo, if you're not, maybe the international referees are right. You have to set aside a budget. Blah, blah, blah. That is an easy fix, in my opinion. You can do right now. Even the interview after games, I think that is a little bit more. I think spotlight, if that makes sense. So I don't think they'd be inclined to do that. The media might get a little bit, carried away with that one. But in terms of you just have to communicate your decision on the pitch to everyone in the stadium, I think, that is just explaining your reason for
Listen,
why you've made a decision.
well,
Exactly.
Should be no problem with that.
Well, come on, man. What would the explanation have been for today? Like, oh, what, his foot was
I thought
just
it was offside.
I
Okay,
blinked.
now go and use the tools that you've been given to go and check that that's offside.
It's honestly, bro, it's
No,
annoying. It's annoying.
It is terrible.
But all I'm saying is
With the
you
game,
can't
though,
use the
yeah.
one decision, though.
Yeah.
How many times in a game do we say, okay, you miss a penalty or something like that? Or I don't know, a handball gets given or I don't know. You lose it. You go down 10 men. You can't use that one decision to turn it.
The thing is, obviously, the
I
Jota
still
situation.
feel like Liverpool had chances to still
I
win
was
the
gonna
game
say,
even after
but
that.
even
Like
with-
when they went down
even
to
if you
10
look
men,
at
they
the
didn't look like they were down to
Yeah,
10 men.
even
I
with
was
the
like,
game,
rah,
though.
you've not been here before. Bro, I'm telling you.
Even when I looked at the game, I thought to myself, at half time, perfect game for Nunes to come, and that substitution has
I
happened.
can't lie.
That
When I saw him on the
substitution
sideline,
has
I panicked a
You
little.
said you was like,
I was like,
that,
yo,
that definitely concerned you a little bit.
I don't need this one. I don't need this one running at us, please.
And that didn't happen, and of course everything else transpired. And don't get me wrong, like I feel like that's something that Klopp probably didn't get right today.
No, but
I respect the substitutions he did to make sure up.
Yes.
But the initial thing would have probably helped him a little.
But why
bit
does
more.
that initial thing not happen? Because of Jota's red card. So if Jota doesn't
Exactly.
get the red card,
Exactly.
that sub still happens.
Yep.
With 10 men, I still feel Liverpool could have gone on to win that game.
Yeah.
The minute Jota does that stupidness, game done.
But
Game
hey,
over.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't think Curtis Jones was a red. Am I the only one that
I
thinks this?
can't lie.
I think
Here's this.
I think he got the ball.
real
it
men-
rolled over it, and
real
when
men-
The real man
red.
within me
Yeah.
says,
not red.
hey, that's a strong tackle.
Yeah.
I hear it. But
the-
guess what?
the rule book?
We've modernized it. We've made it the modern day game. We've made it. You can't have your stud showing. You can't go over the
can't
ball.
use force.
And those are the two things.
Yeah,
And yes,
you can't
and
use
he was
force.
not in control of the body.
Yeah.
The second you lose, David James said it. When you leave the air like that,
That's it.
you've lost control of your body. And I'm sorry,
the little name
Basuma. Big up.
We had the same with Costa last week. If there's like too much force,
Exact
or
same.
it looks like it's not in control, it has
No,
to
but
be a
look,
red.
all right. VAR go and check these things. Yeah, the first thing VAR do is have a still image of Basuma's ankle looking twist up. Already, you've influenced the referee, bro. Referee's already looking at it. Whoa, okay, and then
you
you're
not-
showing him it in small pixels like this.
Wait.
Of just his ankle getting twist. Bro, if you show a tackle in slow motion like that, it's going to look worse than it actually
agree.
was,
I
bro.
agree.
He put his foot over the ball. But he got the ball, put his foot over, and the follow through. It's not even like it's the follow through, but he got the ball and it rolled
Wait,
over.
what?
The
Is-
ball
what is-
made his foot go over it.
But that was like Udogi's yellow card. He got the ball first, but then because he clipped the man on the follow through, he got a yellow card. So I'm like, the follow through nowadays does matter to an extent, and
Listen.
we have to acknowledge it.
Let me not lie to you, yeah. All of this referee, VAR talk, it's nice and cute, but this ain't of the culture, man. Let's stick to the actual game. Ange said something after about with Spurs. He was saying that the one thing he is only interested in is you guys getting even better at playing the football you're playing. So with the way you're playing and what you're seeing, how does this team continue to improve?
Become more potent.
Okay.
And also have creation outside of Maddison as well, because you saw he picked up a little knock today and it looked like he almost was going to come off. Last week against Arsenal as well, he picked up a knock. Him, Udogi, Romero, Basuma, there's like 3 or 4 players that if they get injuries, we can't replace them. So I always feel like you have to have alternatives to those solutions. For me, I don't think outside of Madders, we still create as much as we do, especially in wide areas.
I think that's what I was about to say. I
In
think
wide
Kulu-
areas, I feel like
Kulu needs to start being consistent, bro. Like, he's too hot and cold now, bro. I was looking at him today, like,
Listen.
Robertson's got you for like
Bro.
I don't think Kulusevski was good today.
I thought
it was mid.
I thought his touches,
I thought he could do
I thought
way
his
better.
touches, His touches were good. I think that's the annoying thing.
do way better.
You look at him and you're like, you've got the touch, you've got the technique, you've got the dribbling, you've got the shooting, but you're not able to put it together consistently. And too many times today, I felt like he was predictable. And we know what you're going to do. You're going to cut in and try and cut it back post. You're going to cut in or
this
try
is
and
the
shoot.
thing.
Like
That's the
that invariable of going on the outside and the right. We saw it once or twice today where he did it and used the right foot. And I'm like, you've taken it out of your game a little bit. But I said this season, now that Harry Kane's leaving, he is the one I'm looking at with the most pressure. Son is on his way down. Richarlison, okay, it's Richarlison. You, though, need to step up, brother, because last year was a cold year for you. We gave you the injuries. We gave you his out of form. This year, you're playing a much better attacking system. You're one of the ones I'm expecting to step up. And last couple of weeks, we saw back-to-back games where he got goals.
Yeah.
But now, in games like North London Derby last week, games like today, I expected a Kulu's carrying the front line. Like,
I thought
you
he
know
was good in the
I
North
thought he
London.
was
I thought he was good in the
I
North
thought today
London.
he drove. He was definitely overall performance. I thought better, but that execution and final ball was
The
lacking.
reason why it was interesting for me today is because ultimately you look at Spurs and they play arguably some of the best football in the league.
First phase and
With-
the second phase were brilliant.
Yeah.
That final
Fan
third
thing.
is
and
where
this
the
is, and this is where it's
improvements-
interesting now, because ultimately today at some point with no Son, you're playing against 2 banks. They'll just camp in. There's nowhere to go.
Yeah.
a lot of your games coming up now, because of the way you play, teams are going to go, let's try and keep it tight. I'm going to be looking closely to see if he can reinvent himself, because they're going to need it. It can't all just be Maddison, magic pass, and Son. He's going to have to come up with something. So that was quite interesting to watch.
Poro, Udogie, that
But that's what I'm saying, and that's what I said.
That's
the
what I
Poro
wanna
delivery
see.
was great, because ultimately, in a time where you've always got inverted and this and that, no one was going to the byline and just whipping it in.
Yeah.
You know, they're trying to come back.
And that's the thing.
I respect that he just whipped it
We
across.
have the tools in the team.
Yeah.
It's just a case of, as you said, Ange, I want to see you kind of progress that and develop that. And I think that's the thing, is everybody, because Spurs have been so ugly for the past 3 or 4 years, anything we played this year would have been an improvement. It's like, oh shit, Spurs are playing good football. But it's like, I actually agree with him. I still think there's so much improvement still to do. Even like when you look at the substitutions when they're made, like the past couple of games, they've been good. I'm like,
So you're looking
the
at
quality drop off with some of these, it's massive, and that's going to have a knock-on effect in
I've
games.
got another question for you though as well. On the flip side of that, what are the areas that you look at this team and you kind of go, okay, if someone's smart enough, we could be found out here? Because as you said, the midfield.
But defensively,
where?
Liverpool were getting in behind.
Yeah, but so
For
I want
me,
you to
I think for
elaborate.
me, it's the balls into the channel.
Okay.
I think, and you saw that with Liverpool's counter-attack today as well. And I think the Brentford game, the United were doing that as well when they were knocking it to Garnacho in the channel. I think that's a natural almost thing that happens because of your high line. But I think you see that where if you're well equipped, you can handle that in terms of Vicario sweeping and Van de Ven on the recovery. Today, there was a couple times, Gakpo, Salah, they broke through 1v1 and you're thinking, they're getting something. Van de Ven's just there and I'm like,
Yeah, he looks
this
good.
is what we bought you for, brother. So he's one that's massively, in the past 2 games, has impressed me. So I think that's where there's going to be weaknesses. And if teams are really good, I'm looking at guys like Doku. Guys like that are going to eat up that space and capitalize. But we'll touch on
I think the
Doku
biggest
later.
issue for Spurs.
I saw his face and be like, Doku.
I was going to say, the thing I noticed about Spurs today, and I think it's what you guys said, like the last 20 minutes when you are up against 9 men, deep block is when Spurs really struggled, and I tweeted it. I think it's a lack of like individual X factor that Spurs are missing. I think that's normal, right? Because you're that early into the project, you still need to sign some more players. I think tactically you guys are great, but I think that's where it's going to, like teams like you said, Miz, are going to start learning how to play against Spurs, maybe drop deeper, be more compact. Madison today for me was poor. I actually thought Kulusevski was their most important player. I thought so. I thought in terms of like he kept the ball well, but in terms of creating chances, I thought he struggled today. And I think that's where Spurs will miss. They don't have guys like Doku, for example, who can break apart defenses. I think that's where they struggle.
I think the thing is though, Spurs will look at it. They played Man United, they played Arsenal, they've played Liverpool, and they've gotten away from those
they've reached
basically
their checkpoint.
unscathed. This is what I'm saying. But then I think on the flip side, you look at Liverpool. I think Liverpool are going to walk away from this not discouraged at all. Yeah. Liverpool, if anything, because of the referee decisions as well, they have their kind of excuse as well. Obviously, the Reds, I think they're going to look at it, chips on their shoulder now. And I think they'll probably go on another run as well because I think, as you mentioned, when they were with 10, they were well in the game, bro. I was like, hold on a second. This is 10 men. And I was like, away from home. And then it goes to 9, okay, and it gets ridiculous. But I think Liverpool are going to walk away from this feeling okay. It was a Matip own goal at the end. And they'll go, I think, you know what I mean? They'll go next game. They'll get probably a win next game and they'll keep
their
going.
undefeated streak has ended, but I think, like,
it gives them
okay, it's
something-
gone now
Yeah,
type
yeah,
of thing. There's no...
gives
you
you
know,
fire in your belly.
Yeah, like now...
And to be fair as well, like I was surprised that Klopp didn't go on a mad run. You know, usually you're waiting. It's like, oh, box if he didn't bite the bait.
Yeah,
He was like,
I was expecting it, considering obviously 2 red cards, a disallowed goal. If there's ever a day where Klopp has full reign to
I
go,
thought he was going crazy, but he kept it cool. So no, we'll see. And I mean,
fair play to.
like
He's had many moans about us, so it's about time.
Listen, you know when Klopp moans, everything then goes in Liverpool's favour. I'm telling you, they're going to get 20 penalties now, bro.
Did you see his quote?
He locked off Man United's whole operation, bro. We were getting pens. He said, hold on. That's a bit fishy going on. We didn't get a pen for donkeys after that, mate.
Bruno was starving.
Bro, all of a sudden, 28 goals to like 9 goals.
Did you see his quote?
what was the quote?
He said, "For you guys, this is funny. For me, it's expensive."
Yeah, it's true.
See?
No, Klopp doesn't have iconic quotes. That ain't hitting.
Are you any super chats?
Yeah, we
or-
got a lot.
Let's go into it, man.
Adam says Spurs fans running onto the pitch with their kids at full time. Fluke win against a 9-man
Yeah.
Liverpool team on match day 7. People forget how to act.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw Basuma with his kid. I'm like, what, lap of honour on match day 7? Fair enough. Fair enough,
You can't
mate.
be happy with the kids now. You don't celebrate happiness of your kids. You got
on,
kids. when you go home after an FCM pod, don't you say, my son?
Another one.
Come on, man. Celebrate your W's with your kids, man. Stop leaving them out.
Makeshift Eli says Jota kicks Skip in the face, not even a card. Sissoko handball. Fuad, when you see AGT in them, bottle up the tears and send them to New York, please.
Bro, I'm telling you. They forget Romero got elbowed in the face. Porro got elbowed in the face. There was many a time.
No,
they could have been down to 6 or 7, but alas, we move.
Siva has a super chat, kind of unrelated to the game. Got agendas to run. Wasn't Foden going to be City's main man in KDB's absence? It's Julian Alvarez while he's doing flicks. Rashford, 3 Premier League goals since March. Fuad, never compare Saka and Kulusevski again. This guy just
This brother wanted to get everything off his chest.
He wanted to get value for that super chat, man. And put everything into one message. I respect
Fairs,
it.
man, fairs.
Fuad Kadani's army says Fuad seen last Spurs' title win as a kid. Hashtag believe 2.0.
He said what?
The last Fuad saw Spurs' last title win as a kid.
This Fuad Kadani's army, yeah, I'm starting to think he's a double agent, you know?
He's a snake, innit?
He's a snake. Who is trolling me in the comments? You ain't my army, you're excluded. SOS.
Renzo Rodriguez says someone check on Doyle. He's probably still crying.
Doyle was in here.
here,
He was
yeah.
in here, and he was like, how's Fuad top of the tree here? Like, then he was vexed. He was
I
like,
saw him at the door.
yeah.
Don't talk to me, don't talk to me.
Let me find. Just Waffling says, not Cam saying, give me a Brazilian madman has ended me. Glad the show is back. Big ups. Messi 2Y says, Lee Mason was rehired after his mistake last season. He now trains VAR officials. Spurs looked vulnerable 11v11 and 11v10.
Lee Mason, what? The uncle of Ryan
Mason.
Yeah.
Only the real remember.
You know.
The uncle of Ryan Mason has done it again, bro. Oh my gosh.
Hyperette says, this has to be the fastest I've ever seen Spurs content put up on YouTube after a match. Almost all hate and anger because everyone hates us. Come on, you Spurs.
Everybody hates us. Move like Melwood,
Hey,
huh?
man.
No
Nah,
one
do you know what it
likes
is?
us.
I clock people don't like seeing Spurs fans happy. I realise that. There's something that rubs you out the wrong way about why are these peasants so happy?
I don't mind it.
We
I
are
don't mind
happy.
it.
Lubert says, imagine the refs doing these mistakes in Colombia. They would be found dead the next day in news or newspapers. Miss the olden days, football strong.
Man said Mr. Owen. What?
Hey.
What Owen? What?
No, that guy's real man, boy.
Yeah, he's real man. Farouk says, dud of the week are EPL bosses. 1, disgraceful use of VAR. 2, Forest versus Brentford, only fixture on Sunday. P.S. Cams, what are those shoes?
I got sliders on.
He ain't rocking with them, bro.
Sliders.
What are those?
Ralph sliders. What's going on?
That's a
And there we
Ralph
go.
Sliders. No
ever-
one trying to see.
don't-
These ain't red bottoms, bro. Put that down.
This ain't bloody shoes.
And we got one more, which might actually lead to your next topic.
Let's
Good
go.
job, Cams and Lies, for calling out 10 Haagen-Dazs.
Oh, listen.
Yo, wow. Yo, that's a new one.
That's a new one. 10 Hagen does, you know.
Hey, that's
Listen, man.
disrespectful.
Who sent that one in?
I don't know. I lost it, man.
Somebody
No,
said you
Adam.
didn't read this.
Hey, hold on, Adam's did my job for me. Let's get into it, man. United. Listen, before we go any further, 1 second. Actually, talk. I need to get. Big up my guy.
Bro got props.
Big up my guy, innit? Obviously.
Yeah, Uncle Roy.
Real talk.
Yeah. Couple weeks
this
ago, they were
guy?
bringing out the frame, innit?
See this guy? This is a real tug. Do you know this guy's a real tug?
Yeah.
He's the first manager to go unbeaten at OT away 5 consecutive games.
He won't be the
He
last.
said, I see your Sir Alex Ferguson, but I'm Big Boy.
I raise you,
Man
boy.
said,
Big up.
big up.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy about Roy? Me and Cam were watching a documentary yesterday on Milan, and they were talking about Arrigo Sacchi and Fabio Capello, 77 years old. You know, Roy Hodgson is their age mate.
Bro, he was born in 1947.
Bro, those guys are retired.
Bomba!
Those guys are retired. We're watching documentaries. This guy's still schooling Premier League managers. Pick up Roy Hodgson.
He was literally born, was it 2 years after the World War II? That's crazy, bro. So he was born on food rationing.
What's wrong with you?
Bro,
What's wrong with
That's
you?
the only thing he remembers from school.
bro, he was born on food
You're
rationing.
so dumb.
Fam, that's how
You're
crazy.
actually
That is crazy. And he's schooling my gaffer. Bro, I remember, if anyone remembers, I remember during COVID, like, he schooled us during COVID, and I was like, hold on, we're getting schooled by somebody that's high risk. We're getting schooled by somebody that's high risk to COVID.
You're insane.
And now, at 77, he's still schooling us.
Man said
in
COVID has passed.
2023.
Man said he got jabbed up and he's jabbing you, man.
Oh my gosh, bro.
At home.
Bruv.
Hey, respect him, bro.
I'm
That's
not
the
laughing.
OG of the game.
Let's not beat around the bush here. We had a brief conversation, but I wanted to ask you on the pod. I wanted to ask both of you actually, production and Cam.
Yeah, I just asked the questions, bro.
Something's changed, but like first and foremost, how do you feel after this loss? It's 4 losses already. Last season was 9 losses. Oh, God damn, it's 4 already. Minus 4 goal difference, I think it is.
Jesus Lord, yeah.
Like what has changed or what has gone wrong? Because it wasn't always like this.
Bro, I don't know. That's the scary part about it. From pre-season, it hasn't been good. But fans that were really watching, I remember last season, I said, I don't even think we're going to make top 4. And then Man United made it. In the end, we did. But I was like, I don't know if we're going to make top 4 because after the Carabao Cup, it just went boom. We just literally crashed after that. It's like, I don't know, did the manager, did the players, did everyone think the job's done? Do you know what I mean? Finally, we won a trophy. After all the drought, we've silenced the doubters. Then all of a sudden, the form just drops. I feel like these players reached the high and they feel like the job's done now. And then, as I said, the season ended poorly. Pre-season was a shambles this year. A shambles. You started hearing a little bit of whispers like the travelling is too much. All of this nonsense. And we've started this season a joke. And I said it the other day. And even, okay, maybe against, who did we win our last game against in the league? Burnley. Okay, maybe against Burnley, that this is excluded. But there's a good possibility that Man United could have lost every single game this season. We have not played well once, in my opinion, this season. It's been a shambles, bro. 5 losses in 8, because let's not forget, we lost to Bayern Munich as well. We're getting slapped up home. We're getting slapped up away. We're getting slapped up big teams. We're getting slapped up small teams. Everybody come and eat. It's all you can eat buffet over at Old Trafford. Before, at least last season, Old Trafford was the place where it's like, all right, we're going to get our results and we're going to see what happens away from home. Yeah. We've lost 2 games at home now already in the league. 4 losses in our first 7 games. This is a joke. And in my opinion, I don't see this turning around. I don't see this turning around. And I know what happens when this don't turn around. I said it on the first episode we came back to FCM. I don't know if this manager's going to make it to January. And I'm still sticking by that because it's a joke. This is our worst start. This is the first time we've ever lost this much this early. It's September. Our season is over, people. Manchester United's season is over. Imagine that. In flipping September. It's ridiculous. And the thing is, 2 things can coexist. The players for me, I've mentioned many times, are not good enough, right? I'm not going to sit here and say it's all the manager. The players for me are not good enough. But as Maze always says, 2 things can coexist. Is the manager good enough? I have my massive doubts over that because the signings, not impressive. The football, it's not good. Big decisions he's had to make, they're 50-50. Little things like today, he said Hannibal has sent the right message around the club. He's really helped us in our last 2 games. He's been impressive. 0 minutes. 0 minutes today. Like, these type of things are crazy. And I've mentioned to you guys, if you fall out with players, you have to win your games. Yeah. Man like Sancho, Maguire, and these man are looking at it like, you guys can't win without me anyway. You know what I mean? Without us, you're not winning. That's how it's going to be. And that's going to seep through the club, bro. Signings haven't been that impressive. Football's not impressive. The results are turning. Pressers, when he's not even sounding inspiring in the press conferences anymore. A lot of stuff are going the wrong way, bro, for this manager right now. And hey, here we are. Listen, I don't think he's going to survive.
I've got to ask you, man, because ultimately we've gone from a moment where up until the Carabao, there was a lot of conversation in the United ranks about we've gone away from playing well to just surviving games and, you know, how long can this last for? Then we get the moment where the curse has ended. We win the cup. Euphoria. He's done it. The chosen one. He's done it. Thank you.
Changed my life.
Ten Hag has changed my life. Ten Hag has changed my life. We're now in this place now where we're saying there's no identified footballing philosophy. The players are falling out with him. You can't buy good results. were saying that he could be out of a job before the end of the season, are you Ten Hag out as of we are right now in this moment?
I'm on the fence. I'll be honest. I'm on the fence.
Hey,
I was Ten Hag
don't
in,
like that
but
fence.
but I'm on the fence because, again, the players have a massive part to play in this.
Yeah.
But my issue is
You recruit
some of the players that I don't like or I don't think are good enough. Ten Hag signed.
Facts.
Do you know what I mean? So that's the worry as well. Do you get where I'm coming from? So as much as I can talk about the players, I have to talk about the manager at the same time. I'm on the fence. I'm like, because I know how Manchester United are. Yes, you'll sack Ten Hag, you'll bring in another manager, they might go on a little bit of form, and then we're going to be here again in 18 months. But one thing I don't want to every single time come up on here and talk about owners and blah, 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 blah. One of the reasons Ten Hag said that he wanted to join this club is he said that he wants assurance that he's going to have full control over transfers. You've got your transfers, mate. You've got your signings, and I haven't seen any transformation into this team. And a lot of people earlier were saying, injuries. What, do you, man, think Luke Shaw and Lissandro are changing this? Luke Shaw's going to come and change this, and all of a sudden, Man United are going to go on the winning runs. Lissandro is going to come and change this.
What do you think
it's
was
just
the
not good
difference
enough
then? Because you played Palace twice this week, right? That first midweek game, I felt like, I even tweeted out at some point, and I was like, it actually looked like the first time where you lot almost understood Ten Hag's philosophy, if you like, and you were playing the right way. You were dominating the game, and obviously maybe one or two of your star players are missing. But is that solely what has brought the level back down? In terms of, I'm asking, what is the difference? You played Palace then, you played Palace now, and I'm even looking at Palace's lineup. It's pretty much the same lineup, apart from maybe Eze starting on the weekend. I'm like, should the United performances be that different? And if it is that different, what is it?
Well, first of all, it was a weakened Palace team. I think they had 6 players that weren't starting.
They had academy graduates on the bench and stuff.
It was
a
weakened Palace team, and football games are different, bro. Football games are different. You can have one good result, you can have one bad result. Teams will come out different. Maybe they did their research more. Who knows? But when you look at how Man United play, and this is the thing what I keep saying. Every game is different, bro. There's no.
Should there not be continuity from
this is
that?
what I'm saying. Burnley, 32% possession.
Yeah.
Then you go Palace, all of a sudden you're dominating the ball. Then you go, these guys, I think we had like 70% possession against
Didn't he have a press conference just before the Zoe where he said, possession doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter. But honestly, I'm getting confused with the decisions.
I think he's almost sometimes been misprofiled as like a tiki-taka student of Pep. And I think I've
said this before. I've said this.
Yeah, you've said it as well, where you don't know what style of kind of manager
advertisement,
he is.
bro.
I don't think it's false advertisement, though, because
for me,
I feel like he's almost like the Poch mold, where people think they play attractive football, and it's like they can.
But he did at Ajax, didn't he?
And that's what
Poch
did at Spurs, right? Poch did at Spurs, right?
But Poch had certain ways where you could see Poch could be pragmatic. Poch could do.
That's what Ten Hag was.
People were going on as if Ten Hag reinvented football.
If you watched Ajax, you would have known it was the same, basically. He could be pragmatic when it needs to be, and he could be technical when it needs to be. So for me, I just feel like he's come in, and as you said, all the United fans are waiting for, when is Ten Hag ball going to kick in? Because we were promised triangles and rondo sessions, and none of this is happening. But I'm like,
the only thing I would not disagree, you're right. The only thing I would say that is probably more infuriating is, if the manager's coming and saying, the way I want to play is transition, and then you look at who he's signing, and then you look at what's on the pitch, you kind of go there and you go...
but the thing is, this is what I'm saying.
When did he even say that?
Exactly.
When did he even say that?
The guy came in, and it's like halfway through, or at the end of the season, he said, I want to be a transition team. But coming into it, it was all about the technical quality, possession, keeping the ball, retaining it. This is what we all thought we were getting. This is the brand that we thought we were getting.
I've sussed it.
And then all of a sudden, he pandered. You know what he did? He pandered to the United tradition. This is his words in the Premier League. This is how I've studied the tape of the old Man United. Listen, the old Man United does not exist anymore. He pandered to the United tradition, and he's trying to adapt that to what we want to do now. But I'm confused because, as you mentioned, you look at when he wanted Frankie and all this type of stuff. Then he went to Casemiro, and it's like, what are you trying to implement into this team? Yeah, that's the thing. So when we're saying stuff like we can't keep the ball, we can't do these are part of the players that he's signing and bringing into the club. So this is the massive concern. Did you change your identity, your philosophy midway through your time at Man United? And if that's the case, That's false advertisement, mate.
Facts.
Am I wrong here?
He's spitting, bro. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
Like you can just change on the job. Like,
Do you know what he did? Do you know what he did? Do you know what he did?
Is that not?
Do you know what
Is
he
that
did?
not maybe
Hey, Fu, do you know what he
looking
did?
at the
I
situation
know what he
from
did.
outside looking in, and then once you're there, you kind of see the
No,
reality of it.
dude.
brother,
Fu,
stick by
it
your
is.
guns.
Yeah.
Stick by your
I'm
guns.
with
Listen,
you,
man,
bro.
I'm not gonna
Trying
hate him.
to hog.
Listen, hey, Fu, I'm not gonna hate him. I know a bear man that lied in their CV. Then when they got in the job after 3 months probation,
bro.
hey, you know what?
You telling me you ain't been
you
there?
know
Listen, I'm fluent in German.
You at home? I know you've done this.
Hey, listen, hey, I'm in. I'm in.
bro?
Bro, severance pays how much? You know what? You know what?
Bruv, I've been the assistant manager at Woolworths for 10 years. For 10 years.
I can come with C++ like HMB.
I used to work.
Regional manager.
I used to work for Blockbuster.
Hey, listen, one of my
Woolworths.
boys, listen, one of my boys right now, he's the CEO of Wilco's.
This is what I'm saying, bro. Like, honestly though, now when you actually look at what's going on, for me, it's just pure confusion. That's the thing. I think every Man United fan can admit when they're looking at it, it's confusion. But listen, I don't want to only talk about the managers, the players as well. The players, bro, every single time we get to the final third, it's like we have a nosebleed, bro. Rashford, 1 goal in 7. Yeah. One thing that we're starting to get with Rashford, well, we have with Rashford this whole time is inconsistencies. It's inconsistency. These are senior pros. These are the people that we're looking at. Yes, now the counter is going to be, why is it anytime Rashford drops form, the club seem to never be able to score goals and it's finished? But at the same time, if you want to be on that level where people are putting you to, or where he can get to, where people are saying, then you have to have consistency. Because if we keep it, because last season we had that rash sanity phase, you know what I mean? And that's when Man United were amazing. Yeah, that's when Man United were amazing. But then after that, it just like the team, he went down as well.
Yeah.
Then you're looking at the other side. Listen, I'm not even trying to be harsh or nothing. He's young. Palestri's not good enough to play for Man United. Bro. Let's just keep it 100.
Love him.
He's not good enough. But there's no difference right now with Elanga and Palestri. Like, let's just keep it a stack. You know what I mean? Højlund, he's young. He's 20 years old. He's going to be raw. His first touch, he needs to work on that. Right now, I feel like he's coming to this Premier League and he's buying into this league is physical. He's always wrestling.
Yeah,
Be clever. Be clever. It seems like he's always wrestling. He's always battling. And every time he's getting late to balls because you're in a wrestling match. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Our attack on the final season, Ollie, 57 goals we scored in the league. Last season, 58 goals. This season, only 7 so far. We have a massive issue with the way out we're coached offensively and the way our offensive players are delivering. It's not good enough, bro.
The thing is, yeah, you see I don't want to delve into it too much, but you know when you're talking about the Rashford phase where it can be high output, low output, the conversation we had, I think it was last episode where he said that ultimately, if this is the player's level, it's the player's level. Do you get? You're saying that Palestri, for example, is not good enough to play for Manchester United.
Who?
And
Palestri, yeah.
Which may be true, but ultimately with the current crop that you have, the question I would ask you is, do you have how many players in your squad are actually good enough to play for Manchester
That's
United?
the reality, bro. And that's why United fans have to start being honest here, bro. United fans are the most dishonest fan base in the world. I'll say it right now, bro. They're dishonest with the players at their disposal. And I think they're being a little dishonest about the manager right now. They cooked you the other day for saying something that I believe, bro, you were spot on about how Man United's level, if Rashford and Bruno are the standard at Man United, is capped at best at a top 4 team, bro. But you can't talk to United fans about that because they have this idea in their head of the players at our disposal that when everyone is fit and Ten Hag has his full team, this team can perform at this level. At some point, we have to be honest with ourselves, bro. These players have shown their true skin for the last 6 years.
The problem is that when people feel like there's always 2 extremes, you know, rival fans do this thing where anyone that joins Man United, all of a sudden you're the worst player in the world, right? And United fans do this thing that because you're delivering in a Manchester United and you got a Manchester United badge on, it means you're in world level conversations. Yeah. You because you're doing it at Man United, you're world class. Despite Manchester United not doing anything world class for the last 10 years. Yeah. We've not competed at a serious level in the Premier League for the last 10 years. We have not competed for the Champions League for the last 10 years. Even a bit longer than that. We haven't done anything at a world-class level for the last 10 years, but somehow we have these borderline or world-class players at our team. It's a fake reality. It's a really fake reality. And here's not me trying to just make this about Bruno's or anything like that or Rashford. It's just the reality of it, and it depends. What do you see Man United's level as? If you see Man United as a top 4 team, a top 6 team, all right, mate, this is great. But if everyone wants to get Manchester United to the level that we should be getting to, then we need better players. We need better coaching. People were laughing at Liverpool last season. They're going right back again this season. It's instant. Man United, how long is it going to be? So there's massive issues with the club, with the fan base, with a lot of things at this club at the moment.
If you feel like this year, let's say top 4 is done, would you say?
No.
Top 4?
Yeah.
Man United, I don't think Man United are making top 4. Yeah, I don't think we're making.
I don't think it's done just because I look at the caliber outside of Liverpool, Arsenal, City. I still think if a team were to have a good
Spurs
run,
there, innit?
No, City, Arsenal, Liverpool. I think
You confidently say we're better than Newcastle.
I'm not confident. No, definitely not. I'm not saying we're confident, but I'm saying it's open for a lot of teams if they can go on a run throughout this season. Like last year with United, were they the 4th best team in the league or top 4? Maybe not, but if you can go on a run in this league, I don't think there's an outright best 4th team that United can't make it.
I don't think Man United are making the top 4. I mean, we've got 6. Now we've got our next 6 games. We have 5 home games. So this was meant to be the point where I want 7 wins from 7, mate. Let's clear the books. Let's get it done.
I mean,
7 from 7, and then we lose our first game at home against Crystal Palace. What confidence do you have going against Man City at Old Trafford? Well, I don't even have confidence against against Brentford. I don't. Galatasaray on Wednesday or Tuesday.
At home, though.
I'm concerned.
Wait. Galatasaray, where?
At
Old Trafford.
At Old Trafford. No. It's not welcome.
No, not hell yet.
It's not welcome to hell yet.
Not hell.
They save that tasty chip for the later game when the elimination comes.
I mean, it's the truth, though.
Zaha.
It's the truth.
Zaha, can you do
Even
something for
think of
me?
that storyline, yo.
Look, a lot of people, what a lot of United fans do is Man United have a terrible result. They're upset. Then, like an hour or 2, 3 hours later, all of a sudden they just say, it's like it didn't happen. It's like, you know what? No, but we're gonna go on a run. Where is the evidence that we're going to go on a run? Where is it? Where is the evidence we're going to go on a run?
Galatasaray, Brentford at home.
Would you not have
Sheffield?
Wait, Fuad, before this game, would you not have put Palace as part of that?
Facts.
You would have said Palace, Galatasaray.
That's a tough one.
Palace is
one.
Them South London boys.
Does refresh?
It's a joke. It's a joke. There's no evidence to suggest that Manchester United's form is going to upturn. If anything, there's more suggestion that it's going to go the other way. As I said, we ended last season poorly. We just scraped it. Liverpool were on our arse, bro. Whoa. We just scraped it.
So where do you
Poor
think they finish?
pre-season.
So this is the question. Where do United finish?
But Man United are going to be battling for top 6. Battling. Villa look good. Newcastle are good. Spurs are good. We don't have to talk about Arsenal. We don't have to talk about Liverpool. We don't have to talk about Brighton. We'll see. They can be up and down.
But that's my whole point. I think all those
when Man
teams
United in a
teams are up and down for me, and that's why I don't think United will finish top 4.
Still haven't even
but
had our
it's
damn.
not impossible. It's not impossible.
Good luck when Man United go to Villa Park. Good luck when Man United go St. James. Good luck when Man United go to the Etihad. Good luck, man.
Hey, Chelsea
Good
are
luck.
rubbish, innit? No Stamford Bridge, no Chelsea, bro. I'm just here for the vibes. I'm just here chilling.
Hey.
I can't even say anything.
Cool.
Listen, if you're in here, make sure you hit the like button whilst you're in here as well. Send in your super chats. Speaking of super chats, have you got any? What the thoughts in the room? What
Yeah,
we
we
saying?
got a lot. Hold up.
Let's go for it, man. Big up the super chat crew, man.
Carl Bates says Weghorst ain't walking through that door. His work rate helped Rashford. Ten Hag needs as much time as Arteta. Problem is fans aren't patient.
Oh, Casemiro,
let's-
Casemiro's passing.
Awful.
Oh my days, his passing today. I don't know if anybody saw. I think it's when Palace went and scored. The guy lost the ball 3 times in one sequence.
But you say today it was poor. Casemiro has been poor all season, bro.
No, that's facts. That's facts.
Wait,
So
quickly, let's. I want to ask you a question, right? With the build-up of the United team, obviously we're saying that the players that are probably not of quality of where United want to be, but with where United are, is that the quality for a top 4 to 6 side?
Well,
Yeah.
we've made it. We've made top 4 last season, so I guess
So
so.
then the question I ask is, 'cause it seems that we're saying that everything changed after the Carabao, where you're saying that potentially we achieved the thing, we broke the curse. For the players like Varane and Casemiro that have achieved everything and they've come in and then they've helped United to this thing that they've chasing, do you think there's an element of, Well, I've done what you asked me to do.
Varane, for me, anyways, is one of the few that I'm actually not even looking at, to be honest. Right?
Okay.
Me and Cam agree. I think he's one of the most underrated players. Again, I'm looking at the two guys who are supposed to be the mainstays of this team, and people can say, "Oh, this is all we have. How can you go for them?" Rashford and Bruno are not two players when United is in shit that are gonna dig you out of that hole. I keep bringing up Rooney back in the day with United. When United are in the pits, bro, when they're up against big teams and losing, you can rely on him to carry the team on his back. Those two are consistently missing, or their shoulders are dropping, or they're consistently ghosting when United needs them most, bro.
But my problem is, and this is where the counter is. My problem is, why do we always have to go into savior mode?
Why do you have to be,
Rash, save us. Bruno, save us. Or this person, save us. Bro, when I watch Arsenal, I'm never thinking, go on, Saka, save them.
No, but he did save them.
No,
Saka saved Arsenal loads of times.
Wait, how many times do Arsenal depend on a Saka saviour?
When
they play well, and then Saka will get a goal.
Now they play
we
well.
don't play well,
But now
and
they
we
play
depend
well,
on.
Now they play well. Back when Arteta was building and he was building, Saka was consistently getting them out of
And
the
do you
shit,
know what they
bro.
were doing? Finishing eighth. Finishing
But
eighth.
you could
and
never
finishing
point- you
fifth.
could never-
Let's-
You could never point the finger at Saka, though. You could never point the finger at Saka, bro, because he was
that's
consistently
No,
showing
but
up.
Saka was a youngster,
no,
though.
no, but
Let's-
you- but
let's
you-
change
you're
it.
stepping
Saka
up,
wasn't
bro.
the main man.
You're
He was
listening-
stepping up for them.
No, but you're not
was,
listening to
though.
what I'm saying.
No, no.
Really? He was
No,
the main
no,
man
no.
in a young team.
No, but that's the
And
reason
if
why it's
Why are we
unfair.
acting like Saka was
Saka was in
carrying
year.
Arsenal
Saka was in
now?
year
Oh my
1,
God.
2.
Smith Rowe were carrying
You lot
Arsenal.
are skewing the
I
narrative.
would say Saka
You lot are
was.
skewing the narrative. Saka was in year 1.
Arsenal fans, correct me if I'm
no.
wrong.
Listen.
Like, when Arteta first came in, it was Saka.
I'm not
it was
disputing
Saka's-
this,
it was
but-
Saka's team.
But what I'm saying to you is, you're comparing Saka, who was in year 1 or year 2, to a Bruno who's club captain after 3 years and supposed to
No,
be
you're
the
not
pinnacle of someone.
Bro,
And then
not even that, yeah. You lot are comparing when Arsenal were not serious.
That's where I agree.
You're
That's where I agree.
comparing
Yeah,
when
yeah,
Arsenal
yeah.
were not serious, bro. First of all,
to use that as
let's
a
stop
barometer.
acting
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
Saka was scoring bare winners when Arsenal, they were finishing 8th, they finished 5th. You know what I mean? Smith Rowe and Saka went on a good moment when Arsenal
Double
went
digits.
on that
Double
Champions League push. Very good young players. But the problem is, when you watch Arsenal now, even when I watch Liverpool, you don't look at it and say, that person, save us, save us, save us. Every single time you watch Manchester United, you're hoping Rashford save us. You're hoping Bruno save us. And that is an issue with the coaching. That is an issue. We're consistently, when you watch Man City, do you say KDB, save them? No, somebody's going to do it, bro. Somebody's going to get the job done because they're playing well. We don't play well. When was the last time Manchester United played well?
They're a huge part of it, though,
When
bro.
was the
They're a
last
huge part
time
of it.
Manchester United
Midweek.
battered a team?
Midweek, Palace.
This is what, yeah, I mean. This is,
wait, so what?
I don't know,
I'm not even trolling, I'm dead serious.
Are you telling me that the Ten Hag philosophy is hearable?
yes, it is. Yes, it
I
is.
think when they're,
Amen.
I think
Amen.
when they're your two best players, you're forced to play hero ball. I truly believe that.
I hear that. I can hear that.
truly
But the
believe
problem
that.
is, Ten Hag's put his arm around these
100%.
guys. He gave one captain, one got a mega contract. They're here to stay. And this is what I was saying. If you're going to put the trust in certain players or in certain, then you have to live and die by these decisions.
I hear
We
it.
complain. You're complaining right now about Rashford and Bruno, which is fine. I'm not. You've seen what I've said already. But Ten Hag has made them his trusted men. So who are we looking at?
Ten Hag,
There has
yeah.
to be accountability somewhere. You know what I mean? Everyone's trying to duck accountability. It's not the manager. It's not the player. It's the player. It's not the man. There has to be accountability somewhere, bro. And it's just not good enough all round. We haven't played well in God knows how long. God knows how long, bro. We have not played well. Do you know when our best performance was? When we went 2-0 down to Nottingham Forest at home. Gung-ho football. Attack Manchester United. This is what we do. The heritage.
Hero and villains, boy, you know.
Come on, man. This is not acceptable, bro. Man, them sit there and accept this rubbish, man. This is rubbish. So it's rubbish, bro.
Let's go for the rest of the super chats.
Yeah. Season over, yeah. Cam, still think United are better. Do you still think United are better than Chelsea? From past
Yeah,
the
Chelsea
Sempa.
suck. Chelsea suck. Like, it's not changing.
Let me ask the question. No, wait, hold on.
You suck.
Let me
You suck. You suck. You suck. Bro, like, what the
Let me
hell?
answer the question. With what you're saying, yeah, and how you think your season's gonna go, versus where Chelsea's season could go. Do you reckon that it's definitely Chelsea are far worse.
Well,
because you sound like you're in hell.
You see what happens, yeah? This is what happens. It's the same thing that happens with injured players. Injured players are gone and their ratings go up massively. Yeah. Chelsea didn't play this week. All of a sudden it's, can we do something this season?
You know, Maze,
allow it,
you know where Chelsea are on the table right now?
15th.
Luton are 1 point behind you guys. I told you that game was a 6-pointer for you guys.
It's mad. It's mad right now.
That's crazy.
It's mad. It's
Did
mad.
Luton win? Did Luton end up winning?
They won their first game, yeah.
Everton lost.
You guys are like 7 points
Daichi.
behind top 4 already as well.
Bro, it's done. It's done.
Let's go the rest of the
Keep
super
the
chat.
faith, man. Keep the faith.
Adam says Casemiro trying to drop dimes. You ain't Cruz, baby.
He's not. Get in the box and score, man.
For holding
Press
mid.
it, get in the box.
Casemiro, that's what he does now, man.
Oh my gosh, any more?
Adam says Mount and Bruno can't exist in one team. Legit the same player. I'd bench Bruno personally, but given that he's the captain, it's not going to happen. # free Sancho. Jiba Football says, what did I say after the cup win? It's glorified Ollie ball. Actually, it's an insult to Ollie, who played better football, to be fair. 7 Hag said, eras come to an end, but the 10 years of mid continues.
What's your thoughts on that one?
It's harassment v harassment, isn't it?
That's my favorite saying right there.
No flirting.
No flirting.
Straight HR, bro. Hello. Let me not say out.
Yeah.
Just Waffling says, at United, we're still stuck in the cycle where we have a bad 20-minute spell and men are looking at Martial as a solution. It's not been good enough, but no manager will succeed at this club in the current setup. Joga Burrito says 10 Bundy needs to go. That's a crazy.
Whoa.
10 Bundy.
Oh, wow.
Support says, I told man Ten Hag was a Solskjaer regen last year after that dead win against Arsenal. I've not seen the philosophy in action once in his tenure. And the last one, Aporth Kumar says, Jota escaping red for that head kick to skip. Oh, no, I already read that one. Never mind.
Who's been the best Dutch coach in the Prem?
Louis van Gaal.
Van Gaal.
Is he the best we got?
Van Gaal.
God damn.
it would be.
Fuad, your people are
Hey, yo, Dutch. The Dutch. You know, you lot used to have like Rinus Michels and Croy.
Don't do that.
You lot fell off, you know. The Dutch have fell off.
Hold on. No, is it not Ronald Koeman? Were we saying Van Gaal was better than Ronald Koeman?
Wait, hold.
Yeah.
What's
Who?
Koeman destroyed
Koeman had a good period of Southampton, no? Koeman was Southampton.
Go look at the rotting of Everton and you'll see.
Yeah.
Koeman.
What about with Southampton? He had a
When
good
he was signing,
where he was picking up Potter scraps and claiming the credit for that.
Well, what did Van Gaal do?
The Dutch have fell off. The Dutch have fell on the pitch, off the pitch. You lot have fell off, man. You lot are just producing. Listen. Anyway,
Goes hitting.
Goes hitting.
Hey, got the top 4 semi-final.
Great shout.
Maybe, but Dutch coaches, you guys used to reinvent football, man. You lot, you fell off, man.
Not really.
Yes.
It's only Cruyff,
Ruud Gullit,
Rinus Michels,
Yeah.
and then after that, what? LVG.
Still, he's
LVG was
LVG. Won the Champions League with a young team.
You're gonna
95.
Dons like that.
Cam,
Dick Advocat and them guys.
Ruud Gullit.
Ruud Gullit. Come on,
Gullit
man.
was
There weren't any good coaches after LVG.
Rijkaard won the Champions League.
He was a flash in the pan. He was
mentioned
what,
Rijkaard.
3-4 years?
Yeah,
and where's he been since?
Yo,
chilling.
man, stop giving us this trash, bro. Stop giving us this trash. Blame Fuad, man. Blame Fuad.
How are you turning United hate to me?
Fuad gassed up Anti, gassed up Ten Hag. This guy had me gassed, bro.
Bro, why you
Gassed
throwing
him up,
Anthony on me
man.
like this?
Big
Keep
man
those
thing,
Anthony
man.
allegations away. Ten Hag, I'll claim.
The butcher hype as well, man. Flipping hell, man.
Oh.
Get out here, man. Let's
Okay,
move on,
the
man.
butcher coming.
You keep doing what you're doing, man.
There's something
Stay
else.
over there. Stay over there. Don't worry.
I'm ham
Don't
fully over
worry.
here.
When Ten Hag turns it all around and you lot are all like, you know what?
I think Cam wants to say something
Yeah,
about Ten
cool,
Hag
man.
right now that he's
Say
afraid
no
to
more.
say.
Say no more.
I think there's 3 words that Cam is the words are rolling around in his head.
Yeah,
He just doesn't want to let it out yet. I know Cam is a politician.
Don't worry.
I'm gonna let it cook. I'm gonna let it cook, and we'll see what happens. I'm expecting
cool.
6 wins in our next 6. Are we gonna get that? All United fans in the comments, are you not confident we're gonna win our next 6 games?
Believe.
Let us know in the comments.
Starts with belief.
Hey, wait, hold on. What was your hashtag with social? The climb.
This is climbing mountains and that.
Climb.
That's what it is now, isn't it? Mountains are there to be climbed.
Listen, man. The climb.
Oh, we're hikers now.
That's what we are, man.
Basically, innit? We're not footballers at the
Mount
moment.
Everest.
Let's move on from United anyway, man. Let's move on.
There was a stat, and it said that this was the first time since September, maybe like 6 or 7 years, that both Manchester teams have lost on the Saturday 3 p.m. kickoff.
It's what?
it's like the first time in like maybe 6 years that both of teams.
I know that we've contributed to like 1 million of them, and it's just City winning their game, innit?
It's so mad, but we have to talk about City. Last week, we were waxing lyrical. We were saying, "Oh my gosh, how far could it go? Quadruple." Some of the Superchats saying immortal, unbeaten. Back-to-back losses. Dumped out the Carabao. Lost today against Wolves. Pep is a strong contender for Dud of the Week for calling Hwang the Korean guy.
And they packed him. That's mad. That's the other week stuff.
Bro, that's Dud of the Week stuff, but we will save that for later. But
Have you not heard it? So in the press conference, he was like, they got Neto, they got, let's just say he said another name, and he said, and they got the Korean guy. And then
Hwang scored the winner.
Hwang scored the winner. and in Wolves.
Did he do that?
Wolves
You know my name!
Wolves posted the Korean
guy.
Did that to Son as well. Son said, "You know who I am.
Yeah.
You know who I am."
Oh, wait.
He's done it to Son, and he's done it to Hwang.
Pepito! 117 charges.
Interesting selection process there, boy.
But back-to-back losses, uncharacteristic of City. Is this a blip for them by their standards?
The noticer. Noticed.
I might said the noticer. The what?
I noticed something.
He said he called himself the notice.
He said, I live on Twitter. This guy's just as bad,
A
bro.
certain man they were hurling abuse at, saying that they're gonna improve on their treble-winning team.
So corny.
Didn't play today.
Who are you speaking of? I would like you to name names.
I'm speaking about Super Jack Doku. Dribble, please.
He was dribbling. He was creating.
Hey, retain, please.
Hey.
Goals, assists, please.
This is not the move.
That's what I'm saying.
Not the move.
They've been booing him. They were booing him all week, saying, "Oh, when Doku comes back, we're gonna get Doku of 90, full 90 of Doku today. Entertaining football. You lose. You lose.
Do you know what the
Respect
notice?
shameful.
Do you know what the
The
notice?
noticer has noticed.
You know what the
You're
notice?
shameless
The
as hell, bro.
noticer
Jack Grealish
has
was
noticed.
playing midweek, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, what's the score?
running
What's
around
the
with
score
the
for it?
running around with the B team and the youth team. Please rise.
with Bobby,
Please lead
with
the
Oscar
youth.
Bob and them man there.
Hey, Oscar
Please,
Bob looks better than him.
please be a leader.
Yeah, Oscar Bob was.
Please carry them. Please, now you have the free license to be the A-man in this youth
With-
team.
with the scrubs.
Can you do this?
No, I can't lie.
Oh, do you remember Villa though when he was there? They were
Yeah,
doing,
yeah,
oh
yeah.
Grealish,
Yeah.
my
With
guy.
the scrubs. I can't
But
lie.
now when he gets knocked out,
That's
it's
shameless.
With the
we
scrubs.
need the
They
retention.
gave Jack Grealish a leadership team role and he didn't.
I thought
Didn't Doku come on in that game too and get locked by Liverpool?
Doku's not the one.
No,
Doku's not the one. Fans.
They think Doku weren't there too.
Stop.
They
I'm
think
warning
Doku
you.
weren't there
I'm
too.
warning you.
you're unbelievable.
You're unbelievable.
Do you know what? You're shameless. We're supposed to be having a conversation about Rodri's really the aura man. Like he's been missing, and they do this. We're talking about Jack Grealish.
Anyway, let's move on to Rodri.
You're unbelievable.
Is the Rodri thing? Is his VVS legit like that? That he's been missing, and this is how they perform without him.
Oh, bro, they got no. When you think about it, yeah, Rodri was he was becoming a goal threat. Yeah, I mean, and he was always that person where when the opposition go to a deep block, he's at the free man.
involves,
He can
yeah.
clip the ball over the top. He can shoot, and that threat that he has from long shots. Yeah, I mean, like he can hit a ball.
Yeah.
That's gone. KDB's not there as well, who also has that kind of threat where he can from distance. So all of a sudden you're trying to kind of walk it into the net, or you're trying to, and that's where the issues may lie as well. Obviously he dictates games as well. So Rodri's a big loss, and this is why you're looking into that Arsenal game. And Arsenal have got to be confident going into that game without Rodri in the team. Do you know what I'm saying? Yes. So I mean, without Rodri's retaining the ball, I think they might have needed someone else that could help them retain, but we won't talk about that. You know what I mean?
Calvin Phillips. I mean, if you have a conversation
Calvin.
there,
Is that who you meant?
No.
What about the big man?
It's not looking good, man. You know when Pep comes out and says, Pep came out and said, we were looking for him to go, but he's a nice guy. He's nice around the camp. He just had a kid. I was like, yeah, Pep ain't
Man's
feeling this
keeping
guy.
around
Man.
for family
I actually have an
reasons.
agenda that Guardiola is trying to like showcase that like British footballers are not it, because he parts Jack Grealish on the bench.
Yeah.
He's parts Phillips on the bench. He's gonna ban another one, just park them on the bench. It's just destroy England. But it does make you think.
And then
ultimately,
take it over.
and then make it good again.
Yeah, I see his vision.
But it does make you think with again, the Arsenal game coming up, massive game. Liverpool in this space where they've taken the L today, but they're still bubbling. Is there a window of opportunity that...
No.
There's no listen with City. There's no concern over Man City, man. Listen,
like this isn't.
Because how many more games is it? It's what?
I understand the Carabao exit. They played the B team.
No, I'm saying is there a window of opportunity with that one? If the Arsenal take initiative in that game,
this is like the Palace loss last year, or was it Brighton?
Like they
do. Was it Brentford? Yeah.
Whoever it was.
They lose every once in a while. I'm sorry, and this is just for me another one of those where City will almost use this as fuel for the fire. City don't take losses and then it becomes a rot. Then it becomes like a mentality loss. Like Pep has created an ecosystem at that club where it can't happen. And this, as you said, for me, it's literally just a blip. They had a poor performance midweek where it was like, all right, you know what? We rotated a little bit too much. I thought, because City don't have, that's one thing I don't think they have. They don't have the depth.
So
as
on
deep
that,
as they
it's
did,
really
which
interesting.
Is why the Carabao one confused
Yeah.
me. But in the league, I think it's just a
with
blip.
that though,
They'll be back, bro. Trust me.
You're so right, because ultimately a lot of people have noticed this year they sold a lot of like the Cole Palmers, those academy talents were at the fringe. Oscar Bob's coming, of course, but it's like I think that what it said was a lot of their talents are under 18 talents because they don't have the under 21s anymore because they've sold them, so they don't have that depth. And then obviously
also missing players.
Yeah, Nunes got subbed off at half time today, which was an interesting one because obviously he's playing against his former team. Like even if it is just the
You need to download the data. Remember,
This is what he does. This is what
Listen,
Pep does.
You need to download the data.
Throws you in,
remember,
makes you look trash, then he'll reprogram.
listen, you know how it is. Because Nunes was like he's perfect for Pep. Wait till he goes in there. As soon as he landed, his first touch, shit.
Yeah.
I don't want him. And now it's like, now it's halftime getting subbed off. I know the Pep program. You need a year to download the data, then you're good to go.
But it is so mad because you look at City and you just look at it and you think to yourself, on paper, last week we said everything was possible.
Yeah.
Still
And
is.
I respect, there's something I want to touch. I respect your tweet because a lot of people, Arsenal fans are always quick to bring up, invincible. But when you think about it, and I'll let you speak to it, when you actually think about the actual feat of going invincible.
I say it all the time. I always say it to you.
I remember I said it last week and he was like, don't joke with that.
Bro, I say it all the time, bro. Invincible in the Premier League.
Hardest feat.
Bro, that's the greatest achievement in Premier League history, bro.
Yeah.
That is, bro, to not lose a game. And people talk about, too many draws. To not lose a game. Arsenal looked at every single club in the Premier League last season and said, you lot weren't good enough to beat me. You guys aren't good enough to beat me. It's the greatest individual feat in Premier League history, bro. And look at the Man City team that we're talking about. Such a great side, all time, and some are saying it's the best ever, and they can't even do it. When Liverpool got 99 points and they were going to do it, they couldn't do it. The Chelsea team, they only had one loss. It's such an it's nearly impossible to do. It's nearly impossible to, and people need to put more respect on that feat because a lot of people try and downplay it. The draws, they only got 90 points or whatever. 90 points back then, by the way, was a lot of points. You know what I'm saying? It's just only till recently points started getting smashed and stuff. But that team, I'm not saying about the team, you can whatever, just the achievement.
But
you can never, it'll be, unless you go 100% wins. How many you can't? I've always said you're only going to sit on the table with Arsenal. You see Chelsea's record. I think that 15 goals is incredible.
I don't
it's one of
think
the best.
that
That might not get broken, but it's possible to break that. 100 points. It's possible to break that. With all these things, these are possible to do. With the Invincibles, you can't get better than losing 0 games. So no matter what you do, if you want to be unbeaten, welcome to the club with Arsenal. That's all it is. You can't jump that feat. You can't. It's the best.
Still, the back-to-back treble still alive.
No, 100%.
So, can't rule that out.
No, 100%. No, 100%
I'm
not.
sorry if they do a back-to-back treble. Does that not supersede the Invincible as a greater achievement? Back-to-back treble.
But we're talking about Prem
about sole league,
specific,
kind of
Prem
league.
specific.
You know what I mean?
Back-to-back trebles is insane. That's like
No,
what we
just
do.
be
So what are we turning up for? What we participate? Hold tight the participants in it.
I still think City will.
I think it's possible. I think
this is just a
as
blip.
well.
Enjoy the day off. Enjoy, banter in City for the weekend.
And you know what? Hold tight Wolves as well because
Yeah,
they've been a team
listen.
that's been getting a lot of oh my
They've
gosh.
been unlucky in a lot of games. I
Yeah.
felt like they've played good football. They've actually dominated
Good
in a lot
football?
of games. Gary O'Neill, I feel like at times has actually played good football with that side, with the scrub. Well, let me not be rude, but with the team that he has there,
Yeah.
I don't think he's getting a good tune out of them. And I
Yeah.
think especially because he got sacked from Bournemouth last year, I'm almost want him to do well this year in a way. So if anything, I think they've been unlucky with a lot of results. The United one, I remember. So I'm happy. I'm happy. For them,
I hear it, man.
You got to get your win somehow.
Listen,
You know what I mean?
this is how it goes, man. We got any supers or?
Nah, nothing for that.
Listen, man.
Yeah.
Champs and does. There's a few things here. Should we start with champs?
Yeah.
I want to give a champ to Ollie Watkins.
Oh,
Bro.
bad.
Yeah, I'll let you go first.
I want to give a champ to Ollie Watkins. 2 hat tricks already for the season. Ironically, I spoke to Phil. I said I've always thought that he would be a good fit for a club like Spurs because of his versatility, not only play in the middle but transition well.
Yeah.
And I still feel like with the way Spurs are going, that is a signing that they should look at and be like, you know what, he could fit in really well in this team.
He's about to agree a new deal though.
But that's the only thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think for you guys, he would be perfect. But yeah, I mean, scored 2 back-to-back, not back-to-back, 2 hat tricks already, and also in fact, hold on, I just realised we didn't talk about the other team in North London that's unbeaten. Actually, we'll come back to Watkins because you guys can't have all of the.
Why not?
I was
actually really enjoying that we completely cut them out and went straight to China. And I was like,
Fuad wrote our notes.
Yeah.
Fuad wrote our notes for this week, and there was no Arsenal on it. Interjection, bro.
Why'd you do that?
You lot be taking over too much of the pod. I don't like it. Now we're gonna talk about Arsenal for half an hour.
Yeah, no, it won't even be half. It won't be half an hour, but we have to acknowledge if we're giving Spurs credit for being unbeaten and being imperious, we have to give credit to Arsenal for also being unbeaten, doing their thing.
They win 3-0, 4-0?
They won 3-0.
Yeah,
they even had time to give Havertz a Bob Geldof.
No, they won 4-0. They won 4-0, yeah. I think he scored late.
4-0, yeah.
Ben White scored late in 93rd
Yeah,
minute.
what's it called? Yeah, they gave Havertz a Bob Geldof pen, you know, get him all up.
Yeah, that was that. You know, if anyone that remembers Prem history, yeah, do you remember when Chelsea won the league, yeah? They gave Makelele a penalty. That's kind of like what Saka said to
It's
have.
like when they gave Vic Star a penalty at the Sidemen game.
Yeah, man, it's like, hey, bro, it's like when Speed got given the penalty. Do you know what I mean? Like, take, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
Go get you one. Big
Yeah,
dog.
man, you missing so much here, man. Damn. You know what I'm saying?
So bad. Even in the picture there where he was celebrating, I just saw Bear the man them like.
Yeah, no, they were buzzing for him. Now, to be fair, that's good. That's good team spirit and stuff. And they're gonna hope
because I remember that.
You do it because they didn't give him the first one, innit?
Yeah, but what's mad though, like, what happened to Arsenal's injury crisis? I thought they had a crack. I saw every man out there.
I was just about to say this.
Yeah, they're healthy.
Everybody, Trossard, everybody was out there.
Declan Rice.
So all week you lot were moaning about, we're the only ones with injuries, and we're here, we're Crockton, and then full lineup. Listen, we need to get the mortar bottles tested. Because the last time I remember there was a team running around looking like invincibles like that. They went and won the title.
Well, they said the inhalers. They changed club doctors as well.
Hey, listen.
They gave us the guy that had Saliba and that
Wolverine recovery this week.
Wait, how many games has Saka played on like consecutive?
Every week I hit Achilles problem.
I think Saka's played like 88 consecutive games or something like that. That's crazy.
Fair play to him. He's willing
but
to break himself.
Do you know what I'd say though for with Arsenal in that respect? Yeah, they said that Declan played with like a little bit of like
something in that prime.
I'm telling. Oh,
if I see KSI beat Tommy Fury, then I'm gonna start investigating. You know what I mean? Something's going on.
Wait. Well, hold on. Bayern used prime as well, innit? Them guys are looking a bit.
Correct, Scar.
Wait, Barcelona's form as well.
Arsenal's title challenge last year.
Get your tinfoil hats on.
Yeah, I need some prime. I need some prime.
Get to the old team,
bro.
Hey, even prime.
You might use what hydrate?
Bro, I don't know what
you can say.
They spiking that shit.
Hey, no, the thing is, it's like I feel like Arteta, he uses his players like bar
assault.
He doesn't all of this load management.
Hold up. Prime energy drink, PED.
Oh
I came off the dome, by the way.
God!
Wow.
Yo!
Wow.
We might have just cracked something. Yo,
wow.
Icarus documentary.
Wow.
Netflix, hit us up.
That just came to my dome.
Yo!
Wow.
Yeah, say no more. Arsenal, it's over for you lot. Hey, the tweets I'm about to get off.
Wow. KSI, what were you cooking?
These prime energy drink. What are you priming yourself for? The new to such.
Yo, you know, court is coming soon. Do we have to bring in a prime bowl? Investigate the prime bowl.
KSI and Logan moving like Walter White and Jesse Pinkman. They cooking.
We're onto something here. I swear.
Wait, weren't Logan at flipping WrestleMania as well or not?
Yeah, he's been jumping out of the building lately as well.
Yeah, he's looking.
Logan Prime's looking like a peak WWE superstar.
Looking
Wait,
like,
wait. They use PEDs in WrestleMania in wrestling as well, don't they? So are you telling me that Saka's rolling around with the same things that Triple H and that was using?
Hey, hold on. Do you remember as well? Saka went from like young, slim frame to last season. All of a sudden, man had furor.
Yeah. I thought it was the pounded yam.
Pounded yam, a good.
So it's just the prime.
Yo.
Court. Anyway, back to the performance.
Back to the
Say no
performance.
more.
I mean,
They bounced back well. Like,
comprehensive win for them.
Yeah.
Like, ultimately, we're talking about teams going about their business, and we've been talking about their form being indifferent. Getting 4 goals is what you want to do. That being unbeaten still is what you want to do. And with that City game coming up, they'll be looking at that and thinking, okay, can we take some sort of advantage to it? And I mean, you've got to respect it because, yeah, they had the injuries, which we've just discussed now, but players get back on the pitch, they perform. I have to respect how they're going about their business.
it's just what it's. Look, as people are saying, some people are saying performances aren't great, which is there's legs to that and stuff. The game against Spurs wasn't the greatest, but today they got out of the way. Yeah. Bournemouth teams that this is the thing that I respect about teams like Arsenal. You don't meant to ever drop a point to Bournemouth, mate. Just get it done. Do you know what I mean? Get it done. Entertain your fans. Let them leave happy. It's as simple as that, and that's what Arsenal done.
Do you know what
comprehensive
top sides
win
in the Premier League used to be? And obviously the Premier League's always been like a very competitive league, but it was like the rest of the league, we handle our business. When it comes to that mini league, that is where the marginal gains are. And if we can beat a majority of the mini league, we're in contention.
Yeah.
Now you've got teams that are supposed to be top teams thinking about, I'm going to drop points on the road at Selhurst Park. Fam, what happened to our league, man? What happened to the
City or Arsenal next week? Who's winning?
City. Even with the weekend
at the
side,
Emirates, right?
Who you got?
Oh, did you say at the Emirates?
It's the Emirates, yeah.
Oh.
Can you double check that for us, production?
I think it's at
Yeah,
I believe it's at Emirates,
It's at the
yeah.
Emirates.
I've got City. I've got City on an angry win.
I think it'll be a draw. And I think that will feel like a loss to City. I don't know if it will feel like a win for Arsenal. But yeah, I think 1-1 draw I've got.
I've personally got City on an angry win. I think ultimately this little moment they've had now is going to be like, okay, cool.
Has Pep ever lost back-to-back games in the Prem? Back-to-back.
Production can check it for us. Production can check it for us.
I don't know how I get those.
I think that,
I'd be lying if I said I knew.
Anyone, guys in the
Let
chat,
us know.
do you guys know about that?
I'm going 3-1 City, you know. I think it'll be an angry win. Because you have to remember.
Yeah, they have.
They've lost back-to-back.
You have to remember, even with how, like, with City are, right? We're still, like, Haaland's been scoring goals this season, but we're still like, Haaland, can you turn up to the party?
I saw City fans atting Haaland, you know.
They're still saying Haaland.
They were like 10 touches in the first half.
You get it.
I think they're feeling Alvarez a little bit more right now.
Now City fans don't like when their striker has 10 touches. Well, when he's not scoring, it's a problem.
So, like, obviously, and you're right to mention Alvarez, because obviously he's been this sort of vitality to the squad this year, but they're still said that Haaland, we need something like, you know those games where you're just brushing everyone, can you do it for us again, please? And I feel like that Arsenal game might be a game where it's like, let's restore the feeling a little bit. And ultimately, sorry?
Careful what you wish for.
No, 100%. But the reason why I say it as well is there's a
you're
part of
poking Haaland like he's just some idiot. I'm like, hey, listen, if he starts dunking hat-tricks on all of you again,
it gets techie.
Please, no mas, please.
It gets techie.
So Pep has lost back-to-back games with City one single time in his career, and it happened in 2018-19 when they went to the last day of the season against Liverpool. They lost to Leicester and Palace back-to-back, and then they won like 15, 16, 17 games in a row.
Yeah, man.
Boy,
There it is.
boy.
That's
Don't
the-
wake
that's
the
the
beast.
poker, innit?
Don't poke the beast, innit?
So how do you feel that game ends?
I just think I'm gonna go. I don't know, because I'm looking at since they lost without Rodri, that's making me think. But you know what? As you mentioned, because I think angry. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I'm gonna go for a draw though. I'm gonna go for a draw. I think Arsenal are gonna know how important this game is as well. So I'm gonna go a
What I
draw.
would say is I think that game massively, and I know we mentioned him on the pod a lot of times, but that game massively depends on how fit Declan Rice is, boy. I think if you take him out of that midfield,
It would be tough.
I think that Community Shield game was massive for Arsenal to win, to
Yeah.
get that mental
Mental,
block out
yeah.
of their head. And I think winning that, I don't see them losing next weekend. I think it could be a draw, but I'd go for a win. I think Arsenal
Yeah,
gets it
I
done.
see it.
That'll be a mad thing. But hey, on positive, Luton.
listen,
Hey!
we're talking champs.
Hey,
Where's my guy?
They were going to be my champs
Where's
of the
my
week this
guy?
week.
Listen,
About
man.
damn time.
Carlton Morris, skipper, yeah. Well, he's not skipper, but he's their
Leader.
go-to guy, leader. Do you know I like him as well? On his IG, guess what his DP is?
Kobe, yeah.
He's good.
Mamba mentality.
Yeah, I
Locked
might
in.
have to rock with him
2
still.
goals, 1
Might be
assist.
real men, you know.
He secured them their first win in the Premier League
That's mad.
against a real men maestro.
Yeah.
And Ben, man, Everton were they were on the 2-game winning streak. You know, for them, that's something. It's improvement for them.
And the fact that it was Luton took the lead, got pulled back, and then took
Scored
the lead
again.
again.
Yeah.
So for me,
I
that's a bit
respect
of
it,
character
man.
and against, as you said, a fellow 6-pointer.
Yeah,
Give 'em their
I
dues, man.
respect it,
Aston
man.
Villa as
I
well,
mentioned Ollie
massive
Watkins
performance,
before as well. I mean, back to back. Not back to back, but
6-1. De Zerbi.
Hey, that's my
They've
third of the week
conceded
right there.
They've conceded the second most goals in the Premier League, Brighton.
Do you know? I want to add someone
was
else.
Levi Colwell carrying?
Aye.
I want to add someone else onto the thing though as
Lost
well,
to Chelsea.
'Cause-
lost to AEK Athens.
I know.
Gets battered 6-1.
I know both of you were like, not saying that Villa are false image, but you didn't like the way people were propping it up. It was too much. But do you know who I respect?
All
I
I'ma
respect.
say-
I respect Emery. And do you know why?
Yeah.
Because he doesn't fall for all of this niceties and this BS. I'm not paying you respect. I am not paying you, sir.
Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah.
You're gonna bring your team.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna show you smoke. Because 6-1 is that's emphatic.
I think De
Villa thing
Zerbi
as well. Yeah, it's. I don't think we were saying Villa are crap.
No. You're
Neither
just saying
of us
people
were
are hyping them too much.
Yes, people are saying, oh, because of Villa's summer. It's like what they did with us last
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
Villa won the window, so
Yeah.
they're going to challenge Champions League. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what are you seeing that
Yeah.
has actually made their squad that much better? They will have their wins. They are a good team. They have a good manager. They have a good squad. We saw that last year. They will finish in and around the Europa League spots, Conference League spots. They'll be there. That's the issue is it's not going to be Champions League contending. And everyone's going on like, yo, Villa this season,
Yeah.
4th outside, maybe 5th. I'm
I feel
"Alright,
like often when people talk about Villa, though, often people just talk about Emery. You know what I mean? I don't think Villa players get enough credit.
Diaby.
I think
Yeah.
Douglas Luiz is having a really
up.
he's stepping up. Matty
up.
Cash is having a great season.
Hey,
bro.
your
and you know I've
boy.
been a fan of
Your
Matty Cash
boy.
for a long
McGinn.
time.
Talk about McGinn.
John McGinn's doing his thing. John McGinn's he's going to go into the Steady Eddie Hall of Fame, bro.
But
he's
I think-
always gonna. He's
but it
always
feels
bro.
like it's going
always does
further.
it.
That assist today was nice.
Yeah.
That little
it feels
clip
like he's
ball.
going even further.
the impact, the input of like Diaby's and stuff, it's
Quality
making Aston Villa so aggressive, bro. They're so aggressive. It's so fast, bro. Villa Park, it's a sticky place to go, and that's why when I saw De Zerbi start the game with Gilmore, who I think is great, but then you got I don't know his name, the 18-year-old debutant. I thought that was naive, bro. I thought you got to go.
Hinshelwood.
Yes, I think you got to go Dahoud in there with what's his name, maybe even a Milner. It's like this is you got to respect some grounds, bro. And they looked at it and they ran all over
think
it.
that's
Dahoud
the
ain't been
one
getting
I would.
And
sniffed
do you know
since he's come in as well.
what is mad as well? Yeah, you know, is it Estupiñas?
Stupid ass.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know,
yeah, I mean,
you know he's always like a steady Eddie that you need. Hey, he was.
He had
wobbly.
a day to forget.
He was
Yeah,
wobbly.
man.
I think the
I
word
think
you
everyone
used-
has got him in FPL.
Yeah,
bro. They know the day they were all scratching their heads.
I was gonna say, I think the word you used though, naive, that's how I would describe De Zerbi. He's a top manager, bro, but
I
he
said it
doesn't.
all of last season.
He don't. Sometimes, bro, he's too much my way, the way I play, or nothing.
I said
you
it-
got to be a
I
bit
said it
pragmatic.
all last
Going to
season.
Villa Park.
He
Yeah,
said
yeah.
that in an interview. He said he doesn't care about trophies. He cares about playing good football and being happy. I think that tells you everything about De Zerbi. So for me, I'm like, listen, I wanted him to stay last year, this year, to go through these tests.
Yeah, you were like, I can't wait to see Brighton in Europe.
Yeah, I want to see you in Europe. How do you handle it? I want to see 2 fixtures a week. How do you handle it? Now we're seeing what this team is capable of.
seen
Now we're
adversity.
seeing what this squad is capable of. And listen, this is the welcome to the big boys league.
Yeah, 100%.
Bro, and I was saying, like, you know, you mentioned Ollie Watkins, but I feel like Ollie Watkins drops multiple clinic 9s per season.
100%.
Like, and I'm not just talking about goals. The guy's hold up. He's one of them strikers that he can occupy the left back, occupy the centre
love this
back,
line.
occupy the right back. The whole back four are in trouble when Ollie Watkins. At one point, he's going to occupy you. At one point,
you know what I love
and he's going to probably win that duel.
Do you know what I love about it as well? He's
he's
a transition monster.
Yeah,
But he's also hold up.
Bro, he's a hold up player,
today, yeah.
but he's a transition monster.
There was one point today he held off the 2 centre backs in an exchange. The ball goes up the other way. It's on the counter now. He shifted to the left and said, "You see you? I'ma spin you." And I said, "Yeah, he is on crunch today,
He's
man.
on it,
I
like,
love it."
you obviously Haaland's in a league of his own, and you might have a couple people in there. But then, bro, he's with that Ivan Tonys and all that. I think he's in that cluster, bro.
he's
And
100%.
people think Ivan Toney's clear of him. I don't
He
know.
reminds me of Mandzukic.
Who?
I
Ollie
can't
Watkins?
lie. Ollie
Loki, no, Loki, it's a good
I can't lie. Do you know why? Mandzukic used to do the wide forward thing as well. Target, man.
Allegri was a crook for that still. He was a criminal. That's
I
football
think
war.
that's a great
That's a
show.
great
Yeah,
shot.
that's that. Hey, trust
The
me.
reason why I rate him as well is you have to, like, you know, like a lot of the time when you're looking at Premier League footballers and whatnot, a lot of them come from like the big clubs and everything. This guy was playing. It was like Exeter,
Yeah.
Brentford.
Yeah,
like
he's done his-
you know,
he's done- he's earned his stripes.
The league of the
Brentford,
72
played for
clubs.
Brentford,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
like those players that like. It's just traditional way of playing striker. Like I respect a lot. So I was gonna give him a champ. Should
I
we
got
do-
a champ.
Yeah.
Go on, production.
So I'm giving you guys your daily European dose. Inter Milan 0-0 at 55 minutes. They bring on Lautaro Martinez. 90 minutes, 4-0 Inter, 4 goals for Lautaro Martinez.
What? Today?
Yeah.
He scored 4.
In 35 minutes.
You know
as a
what's mad?
substitute, as a
Somebody
substitute.
on Twitter posted.
I mean,
somebody on Twitter posted though. Who's better?
Salernitana.
No.
That's crazy.
Somebody on Twitter. I can't remember what account it was. Somebody
Yeah.
posted who's better, Ollie Watkins or Martinez. And I
Yeah.
saw Martinez, and everyone was saying Watkins. And then somebody was like, "You premtards or something." Yeah?
No,
Just for him
I was
to go and
like,
score
yeah,
4 goals.
that's some Prem Todd shit. No, I'm sorry, that one, we can't do
love
that.
that line. Oh, you.
We can't do that, man. That's Premier League going too far. Like, I'll take Lautaro.
Oh, hey, there's another. Hey, I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name. Production, you're gonna have to help
Then
me.
he can't be a champ.
Let me go. and
Then he
pronounce
can't be a
it.
champ.
Let me go and pronounce
I'm
it.
sorry.
Who are you
Can't
thinking
pronounce the
of?
name, he can't be a champ.
Sassuolo, legend. Is it Berardi?
Domenico Berardi.
Berardi, yeah.
Legend.
Bro,
One of my
this
favourite
guy does
players.
not stop.
Yeah.
He does not stop.
He's got the Pires duck feet as
Bro,
well.
he does not stop.
I swear to you, bro, I'm an analytical guy, you know. I noticed that. I
Bro,
know
he
it's
does
small
not-
things.
he's not
Except when you said Isak and Bergkamp.
Yeah,
Hey,
you were.
You know what?
Yeah.
Those that understood
stove
me
was on fire. The
understood.
stove was
You
on
just happy that Eddie Howe said the Bergkamp Henri thing, and he's Henri's
on
like,
a
I
level,
know,
yeah.
yes, bruv, I'm from
Bro,
Northwest.
on a level, yeah. Season for season, this guy does not stop. The other day, they beat Inter.
He's a legend.
They got another result the other day. He's just always ever present. Always ever present. I respect it.
My dad. Oh, we're still doing champs.
No, I
so.
want to do dud. I want to do dud. I think my unanimous dud this week is the infrastructure of Napoli Football Club.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Speak on it.
It's just I don't understand how.
What happened? Tell the people who don't know.
So for people who don't know, Napoli or their social team thought it would be interesting to mock Victor Osimhen not once but twice. The first one was like he's been on the goal drop.
penalty.
He's been on the goal drop, so they put him on field like give me penalty, and he missed. They mocked him. Okay, cool.
Bag
the
your
second
pens,
one
please, but anyway.
was like I'm a coconut, something like that, yeah. And they said it was just expression on social media. And let me tell you the reason I got pissed off here. You see this guy, yeah, 33 years they waited for a league, yeah. 33 years they waited for a league. This guy hand delivered the league for them. When he was injured, yeah, they were sweating. They're like, oh my gosh, we're gonna put it lit. In the Champions League, when he was not fully fit, he came on. The opposition was scared. This man is immortalized. Listen, Higuain couldn't do it. Hamzik couldn't do it. Mertens couldn't do it. Who else? Cavani couldn't do it.
Yeah.
This one guy does it. That means he's here. And you think it's okay. You can't even say anything to this guy. You want to mock this guy? Listen.
And
now
he
he's taking
bagged
reduction.
as well.
He bagged as well. And the thing is, the dumb thing about it is, they're saying he's not in form yet. This is the exact same form he had at this point last season before he went on a mad run.
Difference is that it's just that Napoli's not winning as many
He's still
games. isn't
scoring goals. Yeah,
It's probably like, you wanna mock a god. Nah, you know what? Whatever happens, if he leaves, you have to hold that L. And I'm glad, because it's the same CEO that said he doesn't sign African players because they go to AFCON. I'm glad. It's good.
My
Dud,
one
big dud.
is PSG, 0-0. You know what I mean?
4 games without a win.
4 games without a win. Listen, and this is what I said, and I said it during the World Cup. Everyone just slow down on this Luis Enrique hype. Yeah, he had a great moment at Barcelona, but then people started going on and started really misprofiling his coaching, by the way, because he was doing the little tippy tappy thing with Spain. He's never been that type of manager. He did it with Spain. They got cooked. You know what I mean? Japan took them to school. Everyone was getting their turn with Spain. They were mid. You know what I mean? They were hyping them up. Enrique, people put him on this level, and I've even got tweets, and it's funny, I got tweets of people are putting him above like Klopps and stuff, and I can't believe it. Enrique is not that guy, bro. He's not that guy. I see him in the same way as like Tommy Tukes.
Yeah.
I see all the Poch and all them. You all just people just get them hype. You're not that guy, man.
Tuchel is better than Enrique for me.
Tommy Tukes.
I think Tuchel is at a higher level than that. Maybe not Pep and Club, but he's higher than Enrique.
I know. Tommy Tukes saying all that.
He's a better coach than Enrique for me.
Fair enough. But Bayern are looking a bit mid too. Bayern look mid too. Yeah. Do they not?
Hey, they were. I don't know. Do you know production? How did that game end?
They drew 2-2. They came back.
If it ended 2-2, yeah, they were going like box to box with Leipzig.
Yeah.
Enrique hype. That's what I'm saying.
Who's your
Let's move on.
Huh?
De Zerbi.
We've got to give one to the PGMO or whatever they want to call it.
No, they're cool.
Hey, listen, man. On that note, listen, it's been another show. Listen, like, share, subscribe. We'll be back next week. Listen, this Saturday thing, we'll be back to Sunday next week. But we thought we have to come and bring you the prime entertainment in real time. Listen.
Oh yeah, Pep for the Wang.
Pep for Hwang. Yeah,
Korean guy for the Korean guy thing.
Yeah. That's a big done.
And obviously Man United.
Yeah. It's been mentioned a few times here. Listen, it feels like there's court brewing. It feels like we'll see. We'll assess. It depends, you know. It depends. If there's paperwork, there might be, but it depends, innit? We'll see.
Listen, if you're at home sitting on paperwork, you got case files on someone, you want us to take the court, DM us.
We open to taking the paperwork?
I mean, we'll analyze it. You know what I mean? Of course, we have snitches working all the time.
Hey,
you know, we have a whole network.
We have a whole network of snitches.
There's one over there with a camera on him.
Bro, there's people wired up right now. I have people wired up right now in locations that I can't announce, that I cannot disclose. People are wired up. So listen, bring that evidence through. Somebody gave me some good evidence last time as well. Very good evidence. So.
That was a movie of evidence still. But listen, we'll be back next week. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure you like on the way out. Make sure you go and tell people as well. Listen, I know we've moved platform. There's still some people that I'm seeing tweets all every
someone
week.
just messaged me now saying, I can't wait for stoppage time to come back.
It's like, we're here. It's FCM. It's FCM now. Listen, go and tell people. Evangelize. You're part of the movement.
Literally.
Until next week. We out.
Peace.
Football, culture, movement.